Welcome back to Hometown Politics, Dillon County edition. I have with me Mr. Rickey Talbert running for Dillon County District 5. How are we doing today, Mr. Rickey?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. That's good. And you're running for Mr. Harold Moody's older seat, and he's not running again.
That's right.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
Okay. I'm not a lifelong Dillon resident. I moved here in 1994 with an insurance company. So I've been here about 26 years, 27.
Yeah, well, that's almost my lifetime. So that's a little while.
But I came and managed the office for Life of Georgia Insurance Company, and my wife and I started a couple businesses since then, and Dillon's just kind of grew on us, and this is our home, and so I have 3 children, 3 grown children, 3 grandboys. My wife and I have been married 48 years, and we're working on 49, and but I just I'm a conservative person, and I just I don't know. I go to county council meetings, and I just wondered if I could do the job, and I prayed about it, and I prayed about it, and I prayed that the Lord would send somebody, and sometimes an unanswered prayer is really an answered prayer, and so I decided that I would put up to run for county council. So that's how I got here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you've been in Dillon a little while. You got a business background.
Mm-hmm.
You say you got some children, some grandchildren.
Yes, sir.
One of them is Rich at Breaking Bread,
That's our
which
baby.
we featured him on the local taste a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And we enjoy his food for sure. So what got you to run specifically? What pushed you to make that decision? Other than wanting change.
I go to the meetings, and I see that we have all the opportunity in the world here in Dillon, and we need to bring new business in, but when we bring them in, we need to be able to offer them certain things. And we have all the resources here to do anything. And I just felt like that if I could contribute with some ideas, some ways to help the citizens of Dillon County, to grow our county, to offer things for, the ones coming on behind me or us, that we can make it a better place to live. I think the ones that have been here, the county council, they've done a good job. I'm not saying that they hadn't, but I think that with the experience that I have in small businesses, I think I can offer some things that maybe the county can use.
Right.
And
you mentioned bringing some industry to Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
Like how would we do that? What's something different that we could maybe put forth?
When we talk small business, we have to really think about it. Small business is what started our country, started Dillon, and a lot of times when we say small business, we're thinking of a plant of 100 people or whatever. Why can't small business be businesses with 10 or more employees? Why can't we offer them some incentives where a guy wanting to start up a business, or a girl, and we offer the big companies incentives? Why can't we offer some incentives to companies that's maybe already here, or like yourself, you're in your own business. Why can't we offer those smaller businesses some incentives to start here?
Yes, sir. I think that's a good point.
We need to maybe work with our tech schools, the businesses that come in. We offer them incentives, tax incentives, but I think we're missing the boat because if you at shift change or out near I-95, you see all the cars getting on and off I-95. They live somewhere else, but work here. We're missing all those tax dollars. So if we could somehow work with these businesses to get more employees from Dillon County working there, then we can increase our tax base, tax revenue, and it's a win-win for both of us.
Right.
One way we can do that is we have Northeastern Technical School. Part of our tax money goes to support it. So if we could offer some things through there, work with the school and industry, all of us work together and maybe offer some things, that some courses that people, young men and women graduating high school, that if they're not going to go to college, that they can take something there and they can move right into a good paying job. And I think we're missing the boat on that. You know?
Okay.
So that's one thing I would like to see us work toward.
I would too.
Yeah.
You mentioned tax dollars increasing revenue. Just kind of touching on a budget a little bit. What is there anything there that you think should probably change, or do you like it the way it is?
No.
What do you feel about that?
I don't like it the way it is when I see my tax bill. I think most people feel the same way. But I think to start with, we need to be as frugal with the county's money as we are with our own. And we can't go and just spend. We have to know if we're going to do something, how are we going to pay for it before we do it. I think there's ways that the county could probably tighten their belt a little bit. Just different things that we could look at and see if we're spending too much money on certain things that, and I think Clay did a good job. He was wearing a couple hats. He was county administrator and he was economic development person. If as county councilman can work with that county administrator and to see of ways that we can maybe cut some things out. So much of the budget is already fixed. Salaries, maintenance, insurance and stuff. So much of that budget is already designated that you only have a small amount to spend anyway. So why not be as conservative or frugal with it as we can and get the most bang for the buck?
Yes, sir.
So.
And you mentioned Clay Young.
Yeah.
He said he's about done. About a month ago now? So what would you if you're elected or if they don't pick up another county administrator before then, what would you look at for picking up a new county administrator?
Well, I think the one that they have, Claude, is very knowledgeable, and I don't think we should rush this thing. I think we should try to get not somebody's relative or handpick them because that I knew something about him or whatever, or he was kin to somebody or whatever. Let's look at the qualifications and let's make sure that whoever the county picks, that they have searched his background, his or hers, and they have tried to pick the best person for the job. The person that will come in will have Dillon County's best interests at heart, and that they, the council men and council lady, feel like they can work with this person, and all be in agreements when they hire, not be this 4-3 or 5-2. That it should be all seven councilmen are in favor and feel like they picked the best person for the job. And let's don't rush this thing.
Yep, I think that's a good point to make. There should be a unanimous
Yes.
decision on a county administrator.
That's right.
Especially considering how many we've been through recently.
That's right.
And so, what would be your primary focus in trying to push forward? Would that be the industry that you mentioned, most likely?
Yes. I'm glad to see that they have raised the salaries of first responders.
Yeah,
That was something
and
that
needed. It
we
was needed.
needed. They needed it. We did. And you know, as a taxpayer, I want to see, you know, what am I getting for my dollars? The amount that I pay in taxes. You know, we compare other counties to a lot of things. We want our elected officials to make what the other ones are making. So let's get our services, you know, up to that standard also if we're going to pay the amount of tax we pay. But I would like to see one thing that's important to me, and I hope this is appropriate place to say it, is we need to clean up Dillon County. You know, Lakeview, I have a business in Lakeview, and Lakeview's a neat town. They've got the mill pond over there, and they had a group came in and studied it and how they can use that to help with growing their economy. You take Latta is all the interests coming into Latta look good. But when you come into Dillon, I'll be honest with you, there's some places that I would be ashamed for that to be my business. And when we say we want to attract new business coming in, we need to clean up some. We need to make it where business owners that's coming here to look at Dillon.
You want it to be inviting.
Yes, sir. Sure
That's right.
do.
Nobody wants to be in something.
No. And,
dirty.
you know, I commend this litter group that goes out and picks up trash. And I'll be honest with you, there's people throwing it out the window as fast as they're picking it up. And we have a litter control officer. I don't know how many tickets he's written. We have signs that say you can be charged up to $1,000. I would love to see some tickets written for littering, and
Yes, sir.
you know, and let's just clean up.
I got a little say in this. You know, if the law isn't enforced, is it actually law?
That's exactly
So,
right.
You know, you have to enforce what you expect.
That's right. I do want to see Dillon grow. You know, I want it better for my children, my grandchildren, if they decide to live here, for your children. And the things we do today is going to be maybe 10 years down the road before we would see it, good or bad. So why not let's do all the good we can do and leave Dillon County a lot better than what we found it.
That's right. It's definitely a long-term plan. Anything
Yes.
that's enacted is going to be a long-term. You can't expect it.
No,
overnight.
and as I go out and talk to people, I'm trying to learn to listen more than I talk, and try to find out what the people, the taxpayers, want out of their county council. What's important to them? And you know, we can go up here with all kind of ideas, but you know, we need to remember that we work for the people, and the county council does, and we need to listen and try to do what's good for everybody, not just a select group, but everybody. and just try to, have 7 council people working together for the betterment of Dillon County. And that's my goal.
Yes, sir.
If elected, and I want to be the person that can work with other members, So that's why I'm running for county council.
Yes, sir. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap this thing up?
Just, as I go out and talk, if there's concerns that people have, that I'd love for them to share them with me. I'm not going to lie to them and promise them that I can pave their roads, that I can make their schools better, and stuff that I know I can't do, and there's no need in lying to people. Let's just be honest. And I know the other ones that are running for county council in this district are going to be tough. They're both of them. I've talked to them. They're fine people, and I'm expecting a tough race. But if it's the Lord's will, I'll be elected, and if it's not, then whoever is elected, I'm going to support them.
Yes, sir.
So
you have to.
Yes, sir. That's the only way we can do it. So that's my story.
All right, Mr. Richard. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you for too long.
Okay.